Anglophone, 2 fois président, passer le pouvoir à un anglophone. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, monsieur le président, un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, monsieur le président.
This is a party political broadcast by myself, MaitreANL. Today, I come to look at an issue which is very important in leadership. Long before, people used to call themselves in the Cameroons chairman, president, blah, blah, blah. I call myself the leader of British Cameroon National Party. And sometimes people copy what I say, they don't know the meaning of what. I live in London, in England. We call leaders or political party leaders. We call them leaders. We don't call them chairman. We don't call them president. Because you can be a leader without being elected. So you are a leader. But however, when we talk about leadership, there are a lot of people who are elected, especially in Africa, and they are not leaders. There's one pivotal thing, very important, that you must have as a leader. That's judgment. Judgment. What is judgment? The ability to combine personal qualities with relevant knowledge and experience to form an opinion in order to make a decision. I repeat, the ability to combine personal qualities with relevant knowledge and experience to form an opinion and make a decision. So if you don't have that personal qualities, if you don't have that experience, then you want to go and make opinion to make a decision, it might lead to something that's very dangerous. So as the leader of British Cameroon National Party, I've been saying a lot of things. For the last 30 years, people don't want to listen. And I often say, those who follow the crowd do not go further than the crowd. Those who are Christians, you believe in Jesus. When Jesus was living, he was not popular. He had just 11 disciples. But today, Christianity is all over the world. We have millions of people. Same to go to Martin Luther King, going to Mandela, going to all the leaders you know. They never used to have a lot of followers. So sometimes people say, I have this follower on social media or what. I'll tell you something. Some of you might disagree, but this is the truth. I, MaitreANL, when we used to fight on Southern Cameroon issues in the country, I was just a teenager. We were leading, we have Southern Cameroon Youth League. We were leading, that's our ideology. We were not really popular then. But today, a lot of people have come today. Oh, Southern Cameroon, oh, Ambazonians, oh, this. Guess what? They are doing what we're doing. So they are my followers. It doesn't matter how many people are following you today. You are my followers because you're doing what we started when we were teenagers, some of us even under 15. So you are our followers. That's the truth. So however, most people, I will say this again, they think being an Anglophone is a political party. When you are an activist, being a political activist is somebody who wants social or political change. You don't need to be an Anglophone to fight for justice. Justice could be equality. You might want equality even in Palestine. You might want equality all over the world. That's activism. But when you believe, because I'm an Anglophone, I want to fight for justice, you're not an activist, you're something else. However, leadership possesses my kind of judgment, because there is nowhere on earth that everybody would think the same. And the mistake that some of us who are Anglophone, former British Cameroonians, we often think everybody must think the same. When you don't agree with this person, they say you're a black leg. It's not Anglo-Saxon culture. I live in London, in England. When somebody does not do what Ambazonians they say, oh, he's a La République agent. When you criticize CPDM, oh, it's Ambazonian. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, even the Constitution of La République du Cameroun, Article 65, says everybody is free to think the way they want. Nobody should forbid them. But when you start telling people not to think differently, it means you're having that La République attitude. It's not Anglo-Saxon. So the reason we created British Cameroon National Party is because we know that you cannot rally all the Anglophones to think alike. So we believe people who have similar ideologies or the same ideologies should join us. The difference, I've seen people calling, oh, all Anglophone conference. My dear brothers and sisters, that's where people don't use their judgment. That's where we lack leadership. Do all Anglophones, do they think the same? Is there a country on planet Earth where everybody thinks the same? Is there a family or a tribe where everybody thinks the same? So when we sit every time, instead of saying we should create a political party and people with similar ideologies should join, you say Anglophones. You don't need to be an Anglophone to fight Anglophone problem. Joe Slovo, a person who was fighting against apartheid in South Africa, was born in Lithuania. He went to South Africa, fought against apartheid, and became a minister there, somebody who was born in Europe. Che Guevara was an Argentinian. He went to Cuba. He believed in what Fidel Castro was doing. They fought. And he even became a minister in Cuba. So you don't need to be an Anglophone to fight an Anglophone problem. When I see some Anglophones, they blame Francophones. I've been saying this for a long time. It's not Francophone fighting us. Anglophones are part of that government. Anglophones have been in that country. They have been in La République working with Ahidjo and Biya. It has never been an Francophone, Anglophone problem. I've been saying that all my life. Because we don't think. We don't have that judgment. We don't have that personal experience. We don't have that relevant knowledge. We just want to be leaders, leading people to abyss. That's not leadership. British Cameroon National Party, our members, we have often believed for years, when we walked from CPC Bali in the mid-1980s to stop all schools in Bamenda, what was the objective? To make sure that the then Minister of Education, René Zengele, should not assimilate our education with the French own. He stopped. In the early 1990s, I used to demonstrate for multipartism in Yaoundé. Came to Liberty Square, Bamenda Stadium, Mancom, we used to fight. I was not an SDF militant. But when SDF was created, I did not join SDF. Why? Because the chairman of SDF was a CPDM militant who stood against Pa Achidi Aju. He sacked all the militants, Siga Asanga, Ben Muna, sacking everybody. I look at it. Then what was the manifesto of SDF? Nothing. Their manifesto was, suffer, don't finish. I never joined SDF. But people who knew nothing about it, they joined. Sense of judgment. That is leadership. Somebody with the ability to combine personal quality with relevant knowledge of experience to form a decision and make, to form an opinion rather, and make a decision. I have that judgment. As a boy, as a teenager, as a man, I've often had that credibility. I know CPDM. I have family people there. I could have got a job, even now, the best job. But I look at it. Do they have a manifesto? No, I never joined it. I have that ability to combine personal qualities and relevant knowledge and experience to form an opinion in order to make a decision. So leadership is not just to come and sit and make speech and talk with you. I have that ability to debate with everybody. Our party, we are open to debate with CPDM, SDF, Ambazonia, UNDP, what is Cabal Libris Party. We can debate with everybody because we don't want to make speeches. Until you scrutinize somebody, you will never know if that person have got that quality of leadership to solve problems. So it is very important. Before you make any decision as a leader, before you go to war, do your due diligence. Is that project going to be achievable? That's leadership. If the project is not going to be achievable, you stop there. Do you have that mechanism? Do you have that modus operandi? If you don't have it, you stop there. I've often said, those who follow the crowd do not go further than the crowd. The difference between a political party and people trying to force all Anglophones to come together is that a political party is voluntary. People with similar or the same ideology come together. But when you say all Anglophones to come together, we have had those conferences several times. Who are the people going to those conferences? You see some people, they try to dominate the other regions or the other tribes. That is why we have always have. You see sometimes the people of the Southwest region, they come, oh, we are not with you, or why? Do you know why? Because some people want to dominate it. If you call an inclusive conference and say people of all ethnicity, you should send 5 members, you should send 5 members, let's come together, maybe people will come. But when you call an Anglophone conference, then I see everybody in the conference, they come from the same tribe. That's not an Anglophone conference. When there was an all Southwest conference, I was the one who criticized it. I said it was a CPDM conference, not all Southwest conference. Because most of us were too biased to be open, to be fair, to be just. And in British Cameroon National Party, we don't care. We have an opinion. Our opinion, anybody, whether you're a Nigerian, whether you're British, whether you're from South Africa, whether you're Francophone, if you want justice, you want equality, you can support us. We have values. It's not about personality. It's not about where you come from. That's not it. Most of the people that I know who have been fighting Anglophone problem for years, more than 30 are Francophone. Mongo Betty is one of them. I know some of them, but I won't call their name now. They are Francophones. Some of you don't even know. But we keep on blaming Francophones. Let me tell you, the problem of Anglophone is, first of all, Anglophone marginalization. Anglophones, they marginalize other Anglophones. That's our problem. That's our problem. Since 1950, some Anglophone, they try to marginalize other. And when we stop to marginalize each other and be inclusive with each other, then we can stand and talk to La Republique government. But when some people think, when they go and join, is it CPDM, it doesn't work. They join CNU's CPDM, it doesn't work. They join Ambazonia, it doesn't work. I used to talk. I'm the only person who used to say non-violent activist. It doesn't work. The word doesn't work. Now it's non-violent. It means you're not a leader. It means you lack a sense of judgment. Another important point I want to make as the leader of British Cameroon National Party is that please stop confusing your movement with mine. Most of you have been fighting your war. I've always been a non-violent activist. The videos are there. Whether it's 6 years, 7 years ago, 30 years ago, the videos are there, I have evidence. So if you have realized that non-violent is good, rather than forming another group, come and join my organization, British Cameroon National Party, because now you're following my values. It is very important that we understand this. Again, we of the British Cameroon National Party, we coined the word equal status. I've heard some people come and say, we want federalism, equal status. No! Equal status is not federalism. Please, don't confuse our policies, our philosophy of our party. Equal status is not federalism. Equal status is not separation. Equal status simply means two countries came together. Equal status simply means that La Republique du Cameroun should stop using a name that they inherited from France in British Cameroun. They should stop using ENS, Gendarmerie, France CFA, all those things that they inherited from France in British Cameroun. We have our own institution. We don't want unelected governor, DOs, SDOs in British Cameroun. That's equal status. Please, if you stand for federalism, don't mislead the people. Equal status, it's the logo, it's the brand of British Cameroon National Party. Two countries came together. I've seen people, they have been arguing for years. Oh, British Cameroon was not a country because they were not independent. It is British Cameroon National Party who started talking about that you don't need to be independent to be a country, because Scotland is a country, it's not independent. England is a country, it's not independent. Wales is a country, it's not independent. Northern Ireland is a country, it's not independent. So, in order to be a country, you need a political authority. You need a territory. And you need a population. So I am the one in British Cameroon National Party who started that argument. Because we think outside the box. It's not about a professor in the university telling you that. We know that. We are experienced. We started that. We started talking again about reunification. Is British Cameroon National Party that started talking about this. That you cannot reunite something that was not existing. German Cameroon was what a colony. They signed a treaty with Rivalry. We started talking about it. No. We were the one who said that Rio dos Cameroons was a slave plantation. It was not a country. It's British Cameroon National Party. It's our policy. It's our research. It's our intellectual property. We started it. We are the one who said that reunification can only happen with something that was existing. We look at Germany was a country, they partitioned it. There was a president there who was from Germany, they partitioned it. So Germany had reunification. Poland had a country, there was a president there was an indigenous ruler. So reunification, they came together. But we in British Cameroon, nobody have ever been in Rio dos Cameroons 1606. Nobody have ever been a president there. It was a slave sugar plantation. German Cameroon, it was still, let me call it slave sugar plantation with German who signed treaty with Aqua in Douala. It was not a country. We became a country when Dr. Endeli became prime minister in a territory, a political authority, and a population in Southern Cameroon, British Cameroon. That was a country without an independent. Same too. Ahidjo became a prime minister in La Republique du Cameroun at the age of 33 before independence. That was a country. So we were a country. Please, when you take our policies, give us credit. Give British Cameroon National Party credit. Because I see people repeating what I say every time, but they don't say these policies comes from British Cameroon National Party. We are happy to talk with anybody. We don't hate any person. We don't hate CPDM. We don't hate Ambazonia. We don't hate SDF. We don't hate UNDP. We are ready to debate with everybody. That is Anglo-Saxon culture. If you're scared to debate, it means you're not ready to be a leader. If you believe in what you believe, call us, make an appointment, let's debate on policies, economic, health, because you cannot say you want to be a leader. All you talk about is independence. So if they give you a country independent, what happens? You remain there like the president of Eritrea. Since Eritrea had independence, one person have remained there forever as president. So let's debate about everything. Because we, in British Cameroon National Party, we are not one ponytail independence. We talk about everything. Maybe when we have the mandate, we have members of parliament in British Cameroon, then we can start be calling for a referendum. Then people will make up their mind whether they want independence or not. That's when we'll have that debate. But first of all, British Cameroon National Party is looking for a mandate. And we don't need to be holding conference upon conference without having mandate. Yes, we can hold a conference just to discuss different opinions in life, but we don't have a mandate. I might not agree with the CPDM parliamentarians or those who are parliamentarians in former British Cameroon, but they are the ones who are our MPs now. So what do? How do we kick them out there? That's the debate that I want to have with other political actors in British Cameroon. Let's have that debate. Let's meet and talk about it. How can we kick them out and stay in Buea without going to Yaoundé and ask La Republique du Cameroun to negotiate with them? That is what British Cameroon National Party stands for. Equal status, not federalism, not separation. We will talk about separation and federalism when we have the mandate, when we have majority of members of parliament in Northwest and Southwest British Cameroon. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. This is a party political broadcast. Some of you might like it, some of you might hate it, but that is an Anglo-Saxon culture. Let's debate together. Politics is professional. It's a profession in Britain. It's not just somebody waking up and start shouting. We are professional politicians. Politics is about changing a country. Politics is an alternative to war. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I wish you all the best. Vraiment.